It's your birthday, sitting inside you on your birthday. It's your fucking birthday.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here and this is your first time seeing this face, my name is Debbie and this is my channel, MsDebDeb. I'm a Nigerian and Irish YouTuber and I make videos about fashion, beauty, lifestyle, all of that good stuff. I did since I've lived a quarter of a century that I would do a reflection on lessons that I've learned in 25 years. 25 lessons that I've learned in 25 years. Yeah, so this should be exciting. I'm gonna go through all of them with you guys and share stories and lessons and whatnot. So grab your juice or grab your wine. It's currently 1 p.m. but I'm sure it's 5 p.m. somewhere, okay? So basically, the first thing that I've learned is that God should come first. In everything you do in life, whatever you have, if you have it without God, you don't have anything. Like, I don't care what religion you are, whether you're a Christian, a Muslim, whatever you believe, whatever, if you believe in the universe. Obviously, I'm a Christian and I believe in God and things like that. But I feel like in everything you do in life, God should come first. Like, I'm not a perfect Christian. There's Sundays where I'd be like, haha, I should be in church, but I'd be on this bed chilling. It's a work in progress, but it's something that I'm aware of and something that I'm working on. And in 25 years, I've learned the importance of God's role in your life. Like, the mountains that you can't move on your own, God can help you move. And that's the amazing thing about God. And honestly, it was like 2014 that I really found God for myself. Like, because your parents can bring you to church 10 million times, it's not going to make a difference. For you to know God, it has to be something that you go and seek for yourself, you know. The second lesson that I've learned in life is that do things at the right time. Now, sometimes we delay our own progress and we don't get things done because we are dilly-dallying. I'll give you some examples of the times that I feel like we can dilly-dally. For example, when you're in uni, you can either study hard, go to parties, do all those things and get your uni on time, or you can go to uni, you can go turn up, you can not do your work, you can not do your assignments, and then end up spending years and years and years and years that you don't need to be in uni at uni, okay? Luckily for me, I never had to repeat any years. I barely even had to repeat any exams, never had to, simply because I was so focused. So an important lesson that I learned at a very young age, you know, by just analyzing how other people had turned out in life, is just that do things at the right time. When it's time to play, play. When it's time to, you know, focus, focus. I started driving when I was 17, which is the age you can drive when you're in Ireland. I did that and now I have 8 years no claims bonus this year, which is amazing. It's been 8 years, guys. 8 years. Obviously I was more fortunate than, you know, others, because obviously my parents, you know, bought me a car for my 17th birthday. Ask Deb, we're doing that for now, Deb, and not just chilling on the whole concept. And then right now my insurance would be like so much more. My insurance is like so little now, and honestly I thank past Deb for doing things at the right time. Number 3, I learned the importance of taking care of your mental health. Mental health is extremely important, especially in the age that we're living in. We live in an age where there's social media, which is something that was absent before. People can now reach you more. You know, we have cyberbullying, we have bullying in schools, all those kind of things. And most bullies in schools now use social media. You have people sending nudes, people posting things that are untrue about people on the internet. It's happened to me. I had a whole video dedicated to me, like honestly, when I think about it now, I laugh. I've been dragged on Twitter. Like, you're always gonna have people that want to use social media as a tool to get to you. And honestly, I'm, as you can see over there, 25 years old. I am not a child. I may look young because I think I look like I'm 18, because people always tell me this all the time. People will try to get to you through social media, physically, you know, through rumors, things like that. And honestly, guys, even in your own personal life, when it comes to, you know, stress and work and career and things like that, and relationships, friendships, taking care, woo, a fly. Anybody is stressing you out, just protect your space, protect your mental health. Like, guys, I really want to go to therapy, but I feel like it's not something that's advertised or put everywhere. You don't only go to therapy when you feel like there's something wrong with you. You should go to therapy to make sure that you stay good. You don't wait for a problem to fix it. As they always say, prevention is better than cure. So I'm a big believer in going to therapy if you're fine. Go to therapy if you're stressed. Like, I would definitely go to therapy, and it's something I'm definitely going to look into in the next year. Just talk about how you're feeling. Talk about where you are in your mind, because I feel like a lot of times us humans, we neglect our mental health simply because we focus on our physical health. You know, if your leg is broken, you can tell your leg is broken, but if your mind is not well, like, it's something that can't be seen, so it's often neglected, which is really, really sad. So I really want to advocate for, you know, people looking after their mental health. Number four, I've learned the importance of taking correction. Before, back in the day, like, Deborah was never ever wrong. Like, I knew it all. I was the baddest bee, or I thought I knew it all. And honestly, it's very important to be able to take correction because it helps you grow. Everybody makes mistakes. It's very important for you to be able to correct those mistakes when somebody points it out with love, okay? Because when you take correction, it helps you build better relationships with people. It helps you perform better at work, all those kind of things. So it's so important that you know how to take correction. And honestly, even if it sounds very negative coming from someone, just try and take the positives of what they're saying. Number 5, confidence comes from facing your fears. Like, everything in this life that I've been scared to do, I have gained confidence from. Like, for example, when the day I got my leaving cert results, I was sweating. I was sweating the sweat. Like, you don't understand. Like, I didn't want to open that envelope. I was so scared. And I ended up doing amazing. Like, I studied my arse off for that leaving cert. Like, I was so scared, but God took me through it. The day I did my full driver's test, when I was like 18, this was a long time ago, it was raining, so I was already shaking. I was like, I'm not going, I'm not gonna go. My brother and my mom were like, just go, you got it. Because see, I was like just pushing that test because of fear. And the funniest thing happened, I went in there, I did that test one time, and I passed with 2 minor faults. And I was so proud of myself. Same thing happened for my undergraduate degree. I got through it with God and with confidence, even with the fear in my heart. Same thing happened when I started my business. Same thing happened when I started my channel. Like, I was so scared. I was like, people are gonna think I'm a weirdo. This was when it wasn't even a trend, but I went and I did it, and now I have so many of you guys watching me. Like, I know the algorithm on this channel sucks, but like, I got to meet Rihanna, which I love to just like announce all the time. So many things that I've done while I was scared has brought me so much confidence and so much assurance from God. Number 6, humility over pride. Now, it's very important to be humble. I've really learned to be humble. That's something that I've always kind of had. Like, maybe not in my teenage years, I wasn't really humble. But as I've grown and I see my siblings growing and stuff, I'm really trying to teach them the importance of being humble and having less pride, because it's human nature to be prideful. It's human nature to not want to apologize when you're wrong. But the type of person I am is, if I'm wrong, I will suck my teeth and I will go and apologize. Whether it takes me a week, 2 weeks, or a month, I will make sure that I apologize when I know I am in the wrong. And that's where I think that humility really helps. Yeah, sometimes you just have to bring yourself down from up here, down here. You know, I've definitely had friendships end because of pride, like, because, you know, some people feel too big to apologize when they do things to you all the time, and you tell them, I don't like how you've made me feel, but they're gonna be like, well, like, sure, you did this to me, like, in this life, sometimes if you do something wrong, just say you're sorry. It's that simple. Because sometimes if you have pride, a tiny situation can become this big, can become massive just because of pride. Number 7, never let anybody bring you out of character. It's just not worth it. There's only one thing that I can remember that has brought me out of character one time. This is not something that I speak about all the time, but I do have a sister called Rachel, who I don't speak about all the time on this channel. Now Rachel has a slight bit of special needs, and I tend to not Snapchat her and put her out on social media and things like that, because I'm not trying to have her be targeted by hateful people and horrible comments and things like that, because it'll just make me mad and it'll definitely bring me out of character. So I choose to just give her privacy, because if she doesn't want to be on Snapchat, if she doesn't want to be on anything, then that's up to her. What happened was, I had a friend who was quite close to me. We went on holidays and everything to the south of France. Like, I remember just like yesterday. She was like my sister too, like, because I'm the person that when I'm friends with people, I make them like my sister, you know. I had no clue that she would always speak negatively about me behind my back. I had no clue that she didn't really like me. I had no clue that she was just like all these negative things that she would say. And I was always able to be like, you know what, I can forgive, whatever, up until the day that I was told that she went to lunch with a few girls, and she was like, oh yeah, and you know she has a sister that she hides because she's ashamed of her, blah 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 blah. When I heard that, guys, oh Jesus, oh Jesus, may I not take your name in vain. Like, the rage that I felt that day, I really well know my personal life, and to have someone that you trust so much go out and speak all sorts of negative things about you was just so frustrating. And I went out of character one time and I dragged her, like, and I am not that type of person. So when I did that, at that moment I felt amazing. I was like, yes bitch, what you get. But then I sat down and I thought about it and I said, Deb, that is not who you are. That is not what you're about. Like, doing that, like, did it make you feel better? No. Like, never let anybody bring you out of character. That in my 25 years of life, that's one thing that I've learned. All the good things that I've done for that person, God knows all the good things that I've done for that person. So however they wanted to repay me back, you know, that's on them. That has nothing to do with me. Number 8 is the lesson that I've learned, which is one of the most important lessons that I've learned in my time on this earth, which is friends are like diamonds. They're very rare, and less is more. Honestly, finding a good friend is a blessing. And when I say a good friend, I'm not just talking about a person that's nice and a person that turns up with you. I'm talking about a person that helps you grow. I'm talking about a person that will cross the ocean for you the way you would cross the ocean for them. Because something that I found that kept happening to me, and I kept going around in circles and friendships, and I felt like first of all, I used to be a bad judge of character. Like, I would be friends with people that were super insecure, and I would know that they were insecure, but I would still always make excuses for bad behavior. That was me all over. That was me. I was that friend that would always be like, oh no, I'm sure she didn't mean it this way. I'm sure she didn't mean that way. Like, until I just couldn't anymore. One day I woke up and I said, I'm just gonna value myself. I'm gonna value my friendships. I'm gonna not be involved in anything that's gonna bring drama to my life. I really pray to God that I continue to be a diamond in my close friends' lives. I wouldn't want to be a bad friend. That's like the last thing that I'd ever want to be. I've had my weary moments, okay? I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like, I've had my psychotic moments, but I would say I'm a really good friend when I'm taking the friendship seriously. There's some friendships that I just never took seriously, and it showed in my behavior to the person. And with me, if I want to act like it just doesn't work for me, it shows on my face, it shows in my gestures. I'm a very honest friend. If I don't trust you, I'll say, listen, I don't trust you. That's who I am. I don't pretend to like someone if I don't like them. I found a lot of peace in that. I have like 5 friends that I could count on my hands, and they are the most amazing people ever. Obviously we have our moments and things like that, like as normal friendships do, but they're really a blessing in my life. Like, I remember I had this one friend, and we would be friends and we'd fall out and we'd be friends and we'd fall out, and it just kept going around in cycles. So she had issues with some other girl, and that girl was like, oh, Debbie said this, Debbie said that, Debbie said this. Now when you have an issue with someone and they don't like you, they're obviously gonna say things that's gonna be negative about you, and they're gonna try and get people to, you know, push that agenda. And when she called me, I was on the bus and I was just laughing. I was like, yeah, she said what? I was laughing because I kind of knew that it's bullshit, but she was like believing everything. She was like, oh, I trusted you, I thought you changed this time. I was just laughing on the phone because I was like, what is all of this? Like, and then she texted me that she wanted to meet up and talk about it, and I was like, girl, you are good. Like, at that time in my life was when I started to mature and realize that some friendships are worth it. Some people have their mind already made up about you, and you trying to change your mind is you doing mission impossible. There's no point. I'm a big believer if people think you're a nice person, when they see you, that's all they will see. If people think that you're not a good person, when they see you, that's all they will see. I wasn't put on this earth to change anybody's mind about me. I wasn't put on this earth to make anybody love me. If anyone wants to love me, they're gonna love me for who I am, and that's something that I've learned in 25 years. Number 9, it's very important to never stop learning. I'm a big believer in continuing to learn something. Whatever it is, just learn. I recently got a sewing machine, and I actually made this wig with a sewing machine. I have been learning that skill. The next thing that I want to learn after I master the sewing machine is how to do my own nails and my toenails, acrylics. So I got a UV lamp for my birthday. I want to learn how to tighten cornrows. I just believe in always seeking to learn something. After school, never stop learning. Always find something to do. Always find something to learn. And it really just helps you, you know, have hobbies and never stop being a child on the inside, even if you get older and older and older. And another form of continuing to learn is by reading books. Let God Fight Your Battles by Joyce Meyer. This is the book. It looks like this. So Joyce Meyer is an amazing Christian author and an amazing speaker. She's just blessed. So this is the first book that I've been reading, and it's amazing. It's helped me on the path of dealing with like all the things that go on when you're like 25, because being 25 is a transitional period in life. Some people are married, some people are engaged, some people are in relationships, like some people are working on their career, like, you know, it's just so transitional, and this book really just helps me with that. This next book is called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F by Mark Manson. And literally this book, I haven't even really started this one yet, but I'm gonna get into it. And basically it's about how to not give an F about what people think, how to live for you, and all sorts of things. So I need to get through this book before the end of this month, and I will get back to you guys on what I think. The next book that I got was Taraji P. Henson's Around the Way Girl. It's more like a biography about her life. It's always good to learn about other people's lives and, you know, take their mistakes and learn from their mistakes. You know, prevention is better than cure. And then this book is called Crushing It by Gary, I can't say his last name, and basically it's about how great entrepreneurs build their business and influence, and how you can too. I'm an influencer, and I'm also learning to have a business mind. I studied business in uni and buying, and I'm learning to, you know, have more of a business mind. And even though I finished uni, I'm still trying to learn about being a business person. Next lesson I've learned, which is really a struggle for me because I am such a control freak, is that you cannot plan everything in life. Sometimes God has another plan for you. Sometimes life just goes on its own, and you just have to go on the ride, go where God takes you. That's one thing that I've definitely learned in my time is that you can't always plan life to a T. Number 11 that I've learned is that forgiving people is a selfish thing to do in a positive way. People always think that to forgive someone, you're doing them a favor. No, darling. You are doing yourself a favor. It took me a very long time to forgive certain people, but I got there eventually. Not for them, but for myself, so that I could move on with my life. Because if you hold on to resentment, you're just carrying it. It's like this weight on your shoulder. You're just carrying it everywhere you go. And honestly, they're living their best life, so you might as well live your best life and forgive them for what they've done and leave them to God. That's one thing that I've learned. Forgive. Be selfish and forgive them for yourself. Be great with money. Learn to save. Learn to have multiple streams of income. Okay, so I just counted it. I have like 5 streams of income at the moment. And obviously different ones vary. Like there's more where you just get little money, there's one where you get plenty money, but it's very important to have multiple streams of income. You know, oh, I'm just even counting my lashes. Okay, 6 my lashes. So guys, emotional intelligence is way more valuable than being academically intelligent, because if you're academically intelligent, you're gonna have all the certificates in the world, masters, oni, undergraduate, oni, you know. You can have everything in this world, but if you're not emotionally intelligent, you will continue to make stupid, emotionally based mistakes. And that was me all the time. Like, I would be in my feelings. We can all work on our emotional intelligence. Number 14, it's okay to give the same energy that you receive. As a Christian, we might think, you know, we need to love others. God says show love, all of that. And that's true. God said show love to people. It didn't say what level of love, okay? So if somebody shows you this much love, show them that much love. It's still love. If somebody crosses, you know, bridges, they're crossing mountains, they're crossing for you, then you show them that same energy and that same level of love. Number 15, intentions over actions. It's very important to look at people's intentions over their actions. People always say, you know, look at people's actions over what they're saying, but it's not just about looking at their actions, it's about looking at the intent behind the action. Number 16, I learned that 25 is not that old. Like when I was like 16, I used to look at 25-year-olds and I used to think that, oh my god, they have life all figured out. Let me tell you something, all the 25-year-olds I know are still figuring everything out. Even if they're married or they're not married or they're engaged or they're not engaged, they're still figuring life out. That's just the way life goes. Adulting is hard, okay? Adulting is hard, and sometimes your sister, your brother, when I say sister, but I'm talking about your family and your friends, they might need a little help. If you're able to help someone do something, help someone achieve something, therefore help them. Try not to borrow money, guys, because I don't believe in borrowing people money. If you're in a financial position to help someone like with something, give them that money to keep. I don't believe in borrowing money. I've never believed in borrowing people money. I only try and give you that money unless you really needed to borrow that money, then I would borrow it to you. But I try not to borrow people money. I try to give people the money if I have the money, because when I let go of money in my mind, it's gone. Like, I don't want to feel like, oh, that person owes me this, that person owes me that. You know that saying in Hamlet, neither a borrower nor a lender be. I stand by that. Number 18, the next thing that I've learned is that happiness is a choice. Guys, unless obviously you're depressed and things like that, in which case this point does not apply to you. But if you're going through your daily life and you're always focused on negative things and you're always looking at the negatives, you know, people always say to me, oh Deb, you're always so happy, blah blah blah. I have my moments where I'm not so happy, but I realize that happiness is a choice, and being grateful and having the spirit of gratitude is a choice. Like, you know, it's very important to focus on nice things, you know, that you do have. You know, I have a nice job, I have a nice business, I have nice lashes, I have a nice man, I have nice family members, I have nice friends, I have a nice car. You know, just focus on the things that make you happy. And then also, I would suggest that not staying at home makes you happier. Like, I kind of had this like period in my life where I didn't really leave my house. I was always just in my house, and I started to realize that I felt lower and lower and lower and lower. And when I say lower, I mean like my mood was low. And I realized that, you know, going out and having fun like I did last summer and the summer before really helps me feel better, you know, because honestly guys, happiness is a choice. Doing things, making memories, all of that is literally a choice.
Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy.
Next point I learned is never stop leveling up. There's always something to level up in. Keep leveling up. If you've made mistakes, you know, in friendships, in relationships, in your career, in anything that you've done, just start over. Just honestly level up. Learn from the mistakes that you've made and level up. That is the next thing that I've learned in 25 years. Number 20. Sometimes we create our own stress. I am such an uptight person by nature, and by nurture I'm trying to not be. I'm trying to nurture myself into a carefree person who's like yeah, because I'd be so uptight. Number 21. Not everybody in this world has to like you. I struggled with the whole, oh my god, this person doesn't like me, oh my god. I used to struggle with that, and what I found helped me was I cleared out my social media. I still have a few more people to clear out, but just having the people that you know really like you on your social media, not having to, you know, look at the people that you know, or yeah, always have something negative to say. I started using my block button. I tell you now, best decision I ever made. Before I was more of like an ignore kind of person, but I would still see the negative things occasionally. And when I say occasionally, it's very rare. But honestly, even Jesus had haters, okay? Everybody in the world has haters. I don't like to talk about haters because I feel like everybody has haters. So everybody has someone that doesn't like them for whatever reason, sometimes no reason. And before, it used to get me like, oh rah, she doesn't like me, oh my god, my feelings, what can I do to make her like me? But you know what now, if you don't like me, that is your loss. Honestly, feel free, carry on with your life, God bless. That is my lesson that I've learned, that not everybody in the world has to like you. In the workplace, be professional. Not everybody in the workplace has to like you. Just be cordial with people, and that's what happens, okay? But 22, always compete with yourself. Always outdo yourself. Never look at what your neighbors, your next door neighbors, your friends, your other friend, your friend, your other friend's friend. Never look at what other people are doing on social media, in your real life, in your day-to-day. Just look at what you're doing and look at how you can do what you're doing better than you. And then you will be like Beyonce, who just kills it all the time, just outdoing herself, which how I don't know, but she does it flawlessly, okay? Woke up flawless. Asking for help doesn't mean that you're weak. You know, with me, like, I'm a very independent person. I don't like people doing things for me, but I've learned in life that if you need help, ask for help. There's nothing wrong with being a teamwork kind of person, okay? At interviews, I would go and be like, yeah, I'm teamwork orientated, blah, 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 blah. But really, I don't be liking the team. But now I've learned that, you know, asking for help when you need help, there's nothing wrong with that. Doesn't mean you're weak. It just means that you're working smart, okay? Final thing that I've learned in my time on this earth is that being young is not an excuse for stupidity. This means when you're like young, don't just use your age as an excuse to act irresponsibly. don't just do irresponsible things. I've never been one to do such, but I've had my moments, trust me, like I've had my moments. But your age is not an excuse, and whatever you do while you're young, like sometimes can have a permanent effect on your life. So take that into consideration, guys, and learn from all my 25 lessons. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys took 1 or 2 or 3 things from it. And yeah, it's always good to learn from other people, and you know, and kind of like have an insight into their life and what they've been through in life and things like that. What else was I gonna say? Yes, that's the end of this video. It's my birthday, guys. Make sure you wish me happy birthday if you made it this far down below. Yeah, so a B is 25. Yay! Exciting. So yeah, guys, that's the end of this video. I will see you guys in my next one. Make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Join my little family on the internet. I will see you guys in my next one. Okay, bye bye.